mysterious deaths of pelicans, turtles and countless fish.
Why thousands of fish died.
Yet again, dead fish have been spotted along the shoreline.
The mysterious deaths of pelicans, turtles and countless fish have alarmed Sydney residents who are now demanding action. The dead and dying creatures have been found around Bushell's Lagoon near Wilberforce.
But this devastation of aquatic life, including pelicans, native eels, water hens and turtles, has worsened in the last week.
But suddenly it's as if someone's drained a plug.
Locals say this goes far beyond a drought. Most put it down to a combination of unusually high water temperatures. Whatever the cause is, the Environmental Protection Agency and the Hawkesbury Council have yet to take responsibility. Locals say both...
Scientists have found new clues surrounding a mysterious mass die-off of antelope. More than 200,000 saiga antelope dropped dead in 2015, devastating the population. Scientists discovered that the animals died from hemorrhagic septicemia, a severe bacterial disease that can cause internal bleeding and blood poisoning. However, researchers were baffled since the bacteria that infected the animals had been in their bodies previously and was seemingly harmless.
Yet again, dead fish have been spotted along the shoreline at beaches in La Brea. Since 2013, the problem of dead fish washing ashore in the area has been occurring, and although tests conducted by the EMA each year indicate that Corexit was not responsible for the fish kill in La Brea, General Secretary of the Fishermen and Friends of the Sea, Gary Aboud, believes that their findings are inaccurate as more dead fish washed ashore in La Brea on Monday.
In Wheat Ridge, many people are worrying about things that go bump in the night, or should we say boom. Stan Bush looking into the curious phenomenon. Stan, what's going on out there?
Well, Wheat Ridge police say they are looking into something that is truly a mystery to them. Too many people have reported being woken up in the middle of the night to an explosion sound, too many to make it be a fluke.
Reports of an explosion or maybe just some sort of loud noise that are waking people up in the middle of the night and nobody can figure out what it is.
And Wheat Ridge police say their own officers have heard it too.
I've heard them constantly. They've woken me up a few times.
Startling residents out of their sleep, shaking homes, setting off car alarms. But what is it?
To me, it sounds like a very large explosion. Like
Sarah Anthony heard that strange boom in the night 3 weeks ago.
I was dead asleep, so what was that? And then just kind of fall back asleep.
She says she's heard it off and on for more than 6 months, and never more than once in a single night. It's a mystery befuddling Wheat Ridge police and neighbors in the surrounding area. Investigators have responded to dozens of concerns online, though around 3 or 4 in the morning, when the boom allegedly goes off, no one has called 911 to report it, leaving videos like this as the best evidence of a bump in the night plaguing the town.
Midwest City resident John Smith says it came out of nowhere.
Vibration, big boom, first the big boom and then vibration.
His neighbor across the street describes the same scenario.
Picture frames on the walls, they were rattling, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
With the Sooner State's infamous seismic activity, it seemed there could only be one explanation.
We thought we had an earthquake, and we waited and looked on the news and everywhere else. Nobody posted anything, so we had no idea what it was.
Recent data doesn't show any quakes in the area, but phone calls from concerned citizens still overwhelmed dispatchers.
Since nobody's saying anything, we don't know what it was. It makes you wonder if they're hiding stuff, you know, if things are going on that we don't know that's happening. You know, they do that.
What was that loud boom heard and felt last night in the western Piedmont?
The U.S. Marines, the FAA, and a number of other organizations to try and figure all of this out. And even after all of those big name calls, we unfortunately still don't have a why or what caused this, but we do have a few people that we spoke with who actually heard it.
We're watching the Olympics, and it was just before 10 or 10, somewhere around there. And we heard this whoop, just like that. And I thought, what in the world was that?
Now, just before 10 last night, we got dozens of reports of people hearing a very loud boom in the Western Triad. Some even...
Things are getting stranger and stranger. I just deleted my video on this topic because YouTube was suppressing the video. And I could tell it was going very south very quickly. I see how their algorithm is working, and I'm trying to work around it, okay? And it's a little tricky. And they just released a new release of it, and more videos have turned yellow. Isn't that nice of them? That's so nice. But so I had to delete it because it was going south and I could tell it was messing with my channel. I'm looking at the news. The news is trying to cover this up. Okay? Fact checking from Snopes. Did this really happen? Of course, you know, the reason why my video went south was because I said certain words, and those words apparently are monitored by Big Brother at YouTube. So you're going to have to read what's on the screen here while I'm talking about this. I'm going to be avoiding certain words for a certain reason. All right, so they're trying to dismiss the claim and claim it was a homeless encampment, when in reality we know that's not the case. All right. If you watch this, I'm going to play some of it. It's pretty obvious this is not a homeless encampment. It's so obvious, actually. I think let's start with this one first. Let's go through this real quick.
This is a prison cell. Only kids are being held down here. And I can tell you exactly how. Come in. Remember, this whole thing they built over to conceal this. And there's a plastic tube chamber in here where the kids are going in and out. We'll shine my light. You see a piece of wood, and it looks like that the wood gets slid down there, and the kids are crawling up. If you look down in there when they let them out. Yeah. But there's different toys down there, little food bags. You can actually stick it in pretty. And then that board's used to slide them up. Yeah. The only way, because they're not going to reach down in there and grab them, so I guess they're having them slide up. But this is all the way down there. A child's not going to be able to get out of here, small child.
All right, let's just think about this. Let's use our brains a little bit, because I like to use my brain when I try to figure out things, unlike certain people in the mainstream media. Yeah, so This is a septic tank on its side being used allegedly as a homeless shelter, according to the mainstream media. And they quickly jumped on this, of course. They quickly jumped on this. They want to tell you that it's a homeless encampment. Of course, there's nothing going on here. The police already checked it out. Nothing happening. There's nothing here. Okay, although there's many things were found there. Okay, let's look. What is this word here? That was found there. There's cribs. There's cribs there. Okay, crib. You know what a crib is? All right, toys. Lots of little kid stuff. All right, they also have bands on the trees that appear to be some sort of handcuffs of some sort. You can't, this guy who's a Navy SEAL couldn't see any other use for it. This guy does this for a living. He literally goes around finding these people that do this. Okay, and he does this all the time, and for some reason they're quickly dismissing it. They're quickly dismissing it, saying, "Oh, there's nothing here. Nothing happened." And of course, Snopes jumped right on it. Oh my goodness, they got to tell us it's fake. That just makes me believe it more. Okay, so nothing here looks like what you would consider a homeless encampment, okay? Nothing. This is just a freaking joke. And it's just disgusting. The fact that they're trying to cover it up makes me think that this is some big play thing. This is being used by someone who has a lot of power. Okay? I'm sorry, but this is what I'm thinking. Why else would they jump on this like it's the biggest thing ever and are denouncing it, and everybody's got, articles up. Oh, this is a homeless encampment. Why are they doing it? Why do they care so much? You see what I'm getting at? Why are they dedicating so much time to this? Why is it no one can go there and look now? That's what it says as well in this article. Okay? Why does it not look like what you would expect for a homeless encampment? Why does it look like something of what they actually think this investigator says it is? Okay? It's really ridiculous that... And of course, who's dismissing it? Who's also dismissing it? I find this to be very interesting as well. Who's dismissing it? Where was it at? Let's see, it was down here. I found this to be very interesting, if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Right here. National Center for Missing, etc., etc. This group said nothing is there. Okay, now here's why this is interesting. Because guess where most of these crimes occur? Just so happens to be right around where they're located. Isn't that interesting? Let me show you this. I thought this was interesting, this comment down here. Here it is. This story reads like needs to spread like wildfire. In it, it's important to note that the National Center for Missing and etc., has some very suspicious activity within their own organization. The area with the most missing people just happens to be where they are located. See, I can't even see the words now. If I do, the video goes down. No one gets to see it. It gets demonetized and it goes down. Isn't that awesome? Ah! Such a great platform, isn't it? So, you can... If there was nothing there, why are they spending so much effort and resources to cover everything up? If there's nothing there, why are they doing it? If there's nothing there, why do I have to censor my own words to get anywhere? You have to ask yourself that question. Why? They're not doing it for no reason whatsoever. Okay? You don't cover things up when there's nothing there. It's not rocket science. Okay? This makes me believe it all the more. This makes me believe it all the more. That's how I see it. Okay? And these guys, by the way, I'm not even going to get into that, but you have to ask yourself when these guys came out and who were they covering for when they came out. And then you'll have your answer, okay? Came out during a certain presidential Scandal. Okay? Yeah, that's when they came out and they started covering up for him. And ever since, they've been covering up for him. So, you know, of course, anything on their side. So, I mean, okay, I'm going to show you another video here. He's got a couple of these. Let's see here. This one here, too.
So, we're down here. We're off of the I-19 frontage road, Valencia I-19 exit. We're at an old cement plant. This is abandoned property. We're underground in a bunker that was built, and there's a little prison cell right over there behind you where the children were being held down in there. There's a swing and everything out there, and we believe that this place is going to be used again. They're going. If they don't know that we found it, then they're only using the spot. It's not an everyday thing. This is just a drop point. And I guarantee you there's probably more of these. They repeat these ideas, same as they do their tunnels. So now we have a starting point. We actually know what to look for, and they're a creature.
Isn't that interesting? What did he just say? Now we know what to look for. We have their design. We know what they do. Now we know what to look for. Could that be why they're jumping on this, like covering it up? Could that be why they want to cover it up so quickly? All these organizations want to cover it up and just tell you you're crazy. It's just a homeless encampment. You're an idiot. You're a moron. You see what I mean? So I think he's got a very good point there. Maybe they caught something of a design of how they usually do it. They know what to look for now, and apparently they don't like that. They don't want you to know how they do it. They don't want you to know anything about this stuff.
Of habits, so we know where their target areas are. This is easily accessible off the I-19 corridor. So all the human trafficking is going up through Tucson. This is a spot where you're going to be able to hide children.
All right, so you get sort of the idea. This is what I'm talking about, man. I just find this to be very ridiculous how our world is. Our world is sick and depraved and disgusting. And, you know, honestly, our world is just a lie. Everything you see around you is a lie. It's like they want you to believe lies all the time. It's just amazing to me. And they don't want you to hear the truth. This is how I see it. I mean, this actually pisses me off. This actually pisses me off. Why would they dismiss it so quickly? All of them in unison, okay? All of them in unison. Look, what do we see at the top? No evidence. Fact check. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see what more. We've got more here. Let's go look at more. Dismiss claims. Conspiracy. You guys are crazy. Stop reading this stuff. You see what I mean? I mean, give me a break. This is so ridiculous. Okay, let's just check this out. Let's see what we got here. All right, okay, this is just an article of some sort. And it's interesting how all these local news outlets, they literally say the exact same thing sometimes every day, verbatim, word verbatim. And most of these local news organizations are owned by the same company, and they give out a script to them. So what? I mean, this is a joke. They call this news. This is a joke. This is a complete joke. Okay, this is my rant. I'm really sick and tired of this bull. It seems like no one wants you to know the truth anymore. They want to hide everything from you. They want you to believe whatever they're going to feed you. It's disgusting. And it really gets to me.